Hey guys, love guys. Today we are going to watch the biggest mistakes tourists make in the USA. And I think so I might be visiting USA in a year or two. So I think so this might be a very important video to watch so that we don't make those mistakes or end up in jail. So let's watch this video.
Hey there fellow travelers, Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're here at Mount Rushmore, and today we're going to talk about some of the little mistakes that tourists make when they come to the US. And the first mistake is getting upset when the Americans count continents a little bit differently. Here in the US, we have 7 continents. North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Antarctica, and Australia.
Okay.
And the thing is, other places around the world, sometimes they combine North America and South America into the Americas, and they only have 6. So don't get upset if we count it a little bit differently
I also
here in
counted
the US,
7
all
only.
right? Now, let's see some more of this beautiful country to talk about some of the other mistakes you might see. So now we're here in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and my next mistake that I see tourists make when they come to the US is thinking that no one will understand them when they talk smack in a foreign language. Look, you can talk smack in German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, whatever,
Hindi.
and you may think no one's going to understand you,
Of course, no
but
one
you'll
will
be
understand.
surprised how many people actually will understand you, okay?
Why?
I mean, I've been on trips. I remember we were in New Orleans, my buddy and I were sitting there, and these 2 guys were talking about these girls, they were speaking German, and they were talking about these 2 cute girls up there, and the 2 girls turn around, they're like, we had German in college, and they're like, oh my goodness.
Oh,
It's
that is
pretty funny.
embarrassing.
So don't think you can go around and talking smack in Italian,
But what I
Portuguese,
think is
Japanese,
this is
whatever,
wrong.
and you won't have a local be
This
like,
is wrong because this is the art of being a foreigner.
Like, what are you trying to say?
Like if I am a foreigner, so I think so that is our biggest weapon, that we can talk in our language Hindi in USA, and then we can just like this is so bad, this is
like
this, like that.
if you don't like the food or the environment or anything like
and
that.
we can be like, okay, it is good to them, but because of course on the face it is not good to say, but we can talk in Hindi.
Even in India
But-
we used to do, because we have so many languages. If we are like visiting any other state, we used to talk in our language only, so that front person not understand that.
Yeah, but even if she also knows or he also knows Hindi, then we are
Oh
gone.
my god.
It is not right. You should not know Hindi.
dude, we understand what you're saying. Now, I'm not saying everybody will understand, but don't think it's going to be a secret language, you know, just in case, all right? Now, another mistake I see tourists make when they come is they get really upset when people ask for their ID when they buy alcohol or cigarettes. Look, you don't, I know, and lots of places around the world, you never have to show an ID. If you
No,
look
in
like
India,
you're
we have to show
older
it,
than
so
15, they're like,
no problem.
sure, you can buy
We are
that.
very
In the
comfortable
US,
with
that's
that.
not the way. The reason why they're so strict with it, if they get caught selling without asking for ID, or they sell to someone that's underage, they can get a really big fine, and people don't want to pay that fine. So it's just, hey, look, I don't want to lose my job.
Yeah.
I don't want to get a ticket. Can I
That's
just
not
see
a
your
problem
ID?
for Indians.
And the thing is, it's not just the person buying. They could ask the ID for the
Even at
person
the
with them.
sunsets.
Okay, so have your passport with you, have an ID with you that
Hi,
shows your
sunsets.
age. If you're going to be buying alcohol or cigarettes, even if you look like
You know,
an
there
old
is
fo-
one place in India there where they do not ask for many, like for IDs mostly, is theaters.
Theaters, definitely.
Because in theater I have seen like kids even going to adult movies.
Actually.
Like they say that it's an adult movie,
Like-
but I have seen kids. Even when I was a kid, I even went to an adult
Even
movie.
parents used to take like movies and be like, let's watch the movie.
Yes, and they do not care for an ID because they are like, okay, because they are like not.
Because they don't, differentiate between like 18 plus or kind of. It's like movie means movie.
Yeah,
It's just a
everybody
movie.
can go in and
Enjoy.
watch.
part like me, sometimes I have to show my ID still, okay? So take it as a positive. You just look really young, okay? And when you're talking to those locals, another mistake I see tourists make is they don't ask the locals for advice. Look, when you're in the US, we're very gregarious people. We like to talk. We like to share. We like to tell you,
Hospital.
oh, this is the greatest place to get this. We've got steaks down the road here. But if you're going to get Rocky Mountain oysters, they've got them right there at the Albany. And so you want to take in the local flavor, right? So you got to ask the locals. And the thing is, a lot of us now, we use the TripAdvisors, we use the Yelps,
Yes,
and we base
everybody just
everything we do
searches.
on
Very expert person, I
that,
will
which a lot of
definitely
times is good.
Even if I
But
know.
wouldn't you want to know
But
from an
it is
actual
opposite
local
with
versus
me.
a lot
Like
of
I
tourists
feel
just
like
writing
I
a
won't be
review?
able to ask.
Why? Because you are also extrovert. You are just like me.
No, I am not that extrovert like you. You are extrovert to people. I am more like extrovert in my channel and everything. So I think so with people.
I'm extrovert here also in your channel.
So you are in both ways, no? So I am not good. I don't think so. I am that good with people that I can just
You
go up to them.
are good. You just have to like take one step. If you are once he is comfortable, then you are just gone. You will just fuck your brain.
But the thing is, like, we have to like ask people. So there will be some, I think, so issues because like they are Americans. So you will be like, what will they think about us?
No,
because
they don't judge
if we
us.
just ask common things, for us it will be like, where should we go to eat vegetarian food, and they'll be like judging us. No, okay, like.
No, just imagine the opposite in India. If some foreigner is coming in our India and he is asking like the best pani puri or the best variety, what to eat and where to go, we'll be very proud of that to tell them, to explain them, to even go with them and have that thing. So they are just same like us.
Yes. I think so. That would be the right thing. And he was saying the same thing, that you should ask locals to get the local flavor.
So make sure you take the time to talk to the locals. Don't make the mistake of ignoring them. Take in their advice and learn, because you might find out that, oh yeah, you can actually go to this museum, it's free on Tuesdays, and you can go get really good food here, and they've got actually free beer samples over there. I'm like, free beer?
Hold on.
Because honestly, if you go to Ybor City in Tampa, you want to make sure that you get the right Cuban sandwich when you go, because you got to order it the right way when you're down there. And the locals will help you out with that. Now, another mistake I see, and I've talked about this in other videos, but I think it's important to talk about again, is the mistake of not tipping. Look, I would say not tipping and then giving some excuse. In the US,
Not giving tips.
Oh, not giving tips.
I think so. This will be a problem with Indians. Because in India we tip, but not at the same rate as USA, and also we don't tip everywhere. Like in USA, you tip everywhere, even to the person who sends your luggage to the hotel, even to waiter. Everybody you have to tip, and the average rate is 10 to 20%.
We are not that much on like tipping things.
So I think so. Indians will have problem, but yes, I think so. If they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So in USA, do as the US people do.
Like them.
So of course, if we go to USA, then we will follow this tip of giving a tip.
Servers, bartenders, waiters, waitresses, they make their living off of tips. You are not going to change the system by saying, I don't agree with tipping. This is wrong. I will never tip. They should get paid more. This is me saying that they should get paid more. I'm not going to support those business owners that are doing that. Look, you're not doing that. All you're doing is being cheap. Okay, you like the food how it's cheap in the US? Well, part of that is because they don't have to put on the service charge and pay the waiters and stuff as much, and so they have lower food prices, so therefore it's up to you to tip. So 15 to 20% when you go to a sit-down restaurant, that's a typical tip in the US, okay? So don't make the mistake of not tipping, because I guarantee if you go back to that same restaurant, they'll remember you. So I'll leave Cheyenne here, and let's go see more beautiful parts of the US. So continuing on with our mistakes that tourists make in the US, we're here in Atlanta, Georgia. And my next mistake I have for tourists is they don't buy the insurance package when they buy their plane ticket.
Travel insurance.
Look, your insurance back home may only cover your insurance back home. Make sure you have insurance for your trip, not just in case the trip gets canceled.
Because I have heard about USA prices, medical prices.
Asha, we have reacted that we remember.
So once you are in a USA hospital, it is better to be dead than to pay the bill. So of course, I am guaranteeing taking a travel insurance. Even when I go on other trips also, I take travel insurance.
Definitely.
But also for health insurance purposes, because health insurance and health issues in the US are crazy expensive. You need to go to the ER, you could be out a few grand, okay? A lot of times when you buy international tickets, they'll give you the option to get extra insurance when you do that. Make sure you pick it up, or talk to your insurance provider back home to see if your insurance will be working there, because man, having a few $1,000 bill on your credit card can be a bit tough, okay? So just have a heads up for that. Another mistake I see tourists make is they don't sign up for the loyalty programs. Look, here in the US, we love our loyalty programs. Yes, I'd love to collect my miles so I can get a free flight. Yes, I would love to collect my hotel stay so I can get a free night in a hotel. Yes, I'd love a free upgrade because I'm a member of this program. Or my personal favorite, hey, if I'm a member of your hotel thing, I get free internet? Yes, you do. So make sure if you're going to be coming to the US and you're going to travel around, sign up for those loyalty programs. Maybe you're going to be Hilton Honors or Marriott or IHG, whatever. Get that, because if you're here for 2 weeks, it adds up very quickly. And so you might get a night or two for free in a hotel, or an upgrade to a nicer room, or free waters, or free Wi-Fi. It does make a difference. And the thing is, those loyalty programs, it's not just for Delta Airlines and Marriott hotels. No, they have that for stores and restaurants and things like that. So make sure you do sign up for those to get the benefits, okay? Because those little benefits add up over time to make a big thing. Another mistake we see is people don't look for the deals or just ask about the deals.
I won't
Look,
do
there's
that.
going to be coupons for
deals, like people, just go like, okay, this is the price. Okay, I'll pay the price. Or this is the thing. I'll pay the thing.
Are you talking about bargaining?
Not bargaining, just deals. There are always deals on like Amazon. Like, okay, 15% off, 10% off with this card.
Kind of offers.
Yeah, so he's like always look out for the offers or deals. So if there might be a deal to this place and you just go in there and pay full price, you look like a fool. Then people tell you that I got 50% off, and they're like, oh my god,
the full amount.
all kinds of stuff you go to here in the U.S. For example, we went to the Georgia Aquarium, one of the best aquariums in the world here in Atlanta. Okay, and we went there, and they're like, wait. It's almost 4 o'clock. Why don't you go buy your ticket online and you can save $10? I'm like, wait a minute, I'm here in line wanting to pay you right now. They're like, no, go on your phone and buy it there and you can save money. I'm like, I didn't know that.
Wow.
That's why it's important to look, but also it's very important to ask, do you have any specials? Do you have any deals? Are there any discounts? Because there really are a lot here in the U.S. It can be a Groupon kind of thing. You can do that.
So
I know.
Main thing is talk to people in U.S.
Let's say you got a family. Oh, we just need one large pizza. That's $19.99. Well, what you should do is ask, hey, do you have any specials today?
Wow.
And they might have, well, we have 2 medium pizzas for $10. Wait, that's a lot better deal.
Yeah, actually.
Little things like that, they're all over the U.S. If you're here in the summer, your can of Coke might have a discount to a Six Flags or an amusement park. So you do those things to kind of save a little money. And as tourists, when they come to the U.S., they might not know about these things. So make sure you're looking, and also make sure you ask. Your hotel might have discounts yourself. Hell, this restaurant behind me here, we got a 10% discount because our hotel knows the people. They gave us a card because we asked. So make sure you do that. And the last mistake I want to talk about here in Atlanta, because you notice I'm here in Atlanta and you think Atlanta, Georgia, it's hot, it's humid, it's horrible. Well, yes, in July and August, but not in January and not in February or December or March. Look, the mistake is people choose the wrong times to visit different places in the U.S. You really need to look and make sure, is that a good time to visit? So for example, Atlanta. In the summer, when it's 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 40 degrees Celsius and a bajillion% humidity, it's not fun here. I'm not going to lie to you. This town is awesome. But not when it's freaking 100 degrees and 100% humidity, okay? So you think about it, if you're in the southeast, hurricane season from July to November, Minnesota is a gorgeous state to visit, but do you want to go there in February when it's freezing cold and lots of snow? I mean, these are things you got to think about. And the thing is we get tempted to go to places.
But this will also, like in this way, you can also avoid the crowd also, no? Because most of the crowd will come in the best time only. And if we go in some other time, then we can avoid the crowd.
It has some advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah, but the disadvantage is that, okay, if everything is in snow, then how will you work?
But we can check in on that now, because it depends on the states and the weather and what we have to experience.
Yes, and because USA is so big, then you can just change the plan to another city.
USA is best for the beaches. I think we have seen that video.
Not just beaches, everything. Like there is snow and other
snow
thing.
and other thing, but especially beaches. I want to visit beaches.
Same.
Because we get a cheap airline ticket, but you might not get as much bang for your buck if you go there in the wrong time of the year. That's why it's important to look at the seasons. One of the mistakes I see a lot of people make is they go to Disney World between Christmas and New Year's. That is the busiest time of the year. That is like the worst time to go because they don't know. So make sure you're checking to make sure that you have the right times to visit places, because they make a big difference.
I don't like too much crowd.
Let's leave Atlanta and go to someplace a little more rural out there to enjoy some more of the U.S. and some of the mistakes we all make when we come visit. So now we're here in Jackson, Wyoming, and my next mistake that I see tourists make when they come visit the U.S. is they don't pay attention to their surroundings. I know, if you watch the news, it seems like that there's something bad happening everywhere in the U.S. all the time, and that's just not the case, okay? The U.S. in general is a very safe place to visit, and you'll have a great time, and you really won't have to worry too much. But that doesn't mean you don't need to pay attention when you're walking around cities or you're exploring national parks. You do need to be aware of your surroundings, because that magic fanny pack doesn't protect you here either, okay? So make sure you're paying attention. When you're going to your hotel, ask them, hey, are there any parts of town I shouldn't be going to or I should avoid? If you're going to be out exploring, going to the national parks and stuff like that. You know what?
You know, I think this is a point for, I think so, European people. It is not for Indians, because we are built careful. You know, because in our upbringing also we are always told, like, look for this, look for that, don't go there, don't go out. So we have a tendency to like look for bad things consistently.
I've also like grown up in a very controlling environment.
So this is the way India works now at this point of time.
They say don't go off the path for a reason. It could be rattlesnakes, it could be bears, it could be, just for safety's sake. Just make sure you are paying attention to your surroundings. And if you're looking at hotels, you find hotels that are super, super cheap compared to the other places that you're finding, there might be a reason for that. So do make sure you're paying attention. Now, since I'm here in Jackson, I probably have to mention something about the national parks, because Grand Teton National Park is right up there, and Yellowstone National Park is just a little bit farther north of here. And mistake I see tourists make, if you're going to be going exploring a lot of the National Park Service sites around the U.S., make sure you pick up the America the Beautiful pass. Basically, it's a year-long pass that lets you in to all these National Park Service, sites and parks and national monuments and stuff like that. And if you go to 2 or 3, it really pays for itself, and it makes life so much easier when you have it. So don't make the mistake of not getting that, especially if you're going to be out here in the northwest of the U.S., which has a lot of
they should promote this much more, because I have heard about Swiss Pass, I have heard about Euro Pass. There are many other passes.
About the passes.
But this is the first time I'm hearing about an American National Park pass.
Wow.
Beautiful national parks that you can go and enjoy, but honestly, it can help out anywhere you go. Now, another mistake I see tourists make when they come here, and there's some restaurants behind me here which made me think of this, is don't make the mistake of not asking for a doggy bag.
Doggy bag?
Doggy bag is when you have the extra food after you eat, you can take it home. Because I'll be honest, a lot of places in the U.S., the portions they give you are enough for 2 people. I mean, that's why I weigh as much as 2 people, because I eat 1 American serving, which is the biggest 2 normal person servings. So don't be embarrassed. Don't be shy to ask for a doggy bag or a to-go bag or a to-go box and take it back to your hotel, microwave it, heat it up,
So that
eat it
is
later.
a big thing in America? Like for us, it is normal.
It's very normal.
Because we
very
ask
normal.
them, please pack the food. We are taking
Even
it.
if we are going for a vegetable market or something, like if we want the extra bag, we can just simply ask for that.
No. What is this? Like if we have eaten the food and there is something left, normally we tell them that pack the food.
Pack the food.
And we take them. And
very simple.
and even the restaurants ask us that the food is left, so should we pack the food for you so that you can take to your home. So it is very normal for us Indians. I don't know how Europeans work.
Later, take it back to your Airbnb, because you will get a lot of food. So I have seen a lot of tourists going, well, we don't ask for doggy bags where I'm from. I'm like, well, you're in the U.S. now. It's
do they
totally
call them
okay.
doggy bags?
And some of those places might actually throw in you some more bread rolls or something like that as well. So why not get 2 meals paid for? Well, just pay for 1 meal, but actually get 2 out of it, okay? Now, another mistake I see tourists make, it's when it comes to driving. And I know in my don'ts videos and shocks video, I talk about the distances, so I'm not going to talk about that. What I am going to talk about are the little driving nuances in the U.S. that sometimes travelers don't notice or don't know. One thing you'll see is in some places, not everywhere, like in New York you can't do this, or New York City you can't do this, but turning right on a red. In a lot of places in the U.S., you actually can turn right on red. If there's no traffic coming and if it's safe, you can go. It's almost like a yield when you're taking a right turn. Now, it's not everywhere, so you need to have a heads up for that. And some places will have a special sign saying, no right turn on red. But that is some things that sometimes you might be sitting there waiting to turn red and people might honk at you and you're like, what? The light's red. That could be one of the reasons why. Also, another thing, left lane driving. Look, if you're on the highways, if you're slower, you stay to the right, you pass in the left lane. I know this is how it is in a lot of countries, but it seems like when people travel, they forget that. Now, another mistake I have for you here in Jackson is don't make the mistake of believing all the stereotypes you hear about the U.S., okay? I know you think everyone in the U.S. eats a pound of bacon for breakfast and then goes shoots their gun in the afternoon. Look, that's not the case.
We don't believe that.
Everybody from California is a surfer dude, and everybody that's from the southeast is a redneck, and everybody from New England is so prim and proper, and the Midwesterners are all shucksy. Yes, there's a lot of stereotypes out there about the U.S., and one of the things I always tell people, go travel and meet the people on your own, because it doesn't matter if you're in the Pacific Northwest or the Southeast, the Northeast, the Midwest, or wherever in the U.S. Americans are actually super friendly people. And they're going to want to help you. They're going to want you to go see these things. They're going to want you to know more about their country and see more of their region. And they're going to give you the helpful tips about, hey, this is where you want to go eat. This is not the place to go eat. Because they're the ones, they're going to hook you up with a really good local food. So make a friend with some of those locals.
I think so. The US government should hire Walter's World for their promotion. Actually, because he's such a good promoter, because now I want US food also and I want to visit USA also.
Definitely.
After just watching this video.
The food, like like in 16 minutes he has, we have like explored the whole US, we can say.
Yeah, let's have a 1 or 2 week trip and just enjoy their comeback. So fun.
I want him as a guide.
Actually.
And don't believe the stereotypes, except for the friendliness, because there really are a lot of friendly Americans. So that's what I have from Jackson. Let's go see another beautiful part of the U.S.
One of the big mistakes that I see people make when they come to the United States is that they just come here and they go to the big cities, New York, LA, Chicago, Atlanta, great cities with a whole
I don't want
lot
to
offer
do that.
you. But nearby those big cities are smaller towns, and if you're not checking those out, you're missing out on some really great programming, small town festivals,
see the beauty,
and really good Americana. For instance, not too far outside Atlanta is the Elder Mill Covered Bridge. It's in this lovely area. And we're only an hour and a half away. We went to a really great farmer's market yesterday that had all sorts of arts and things. So just by leaving those big cities for just a day to see something interesting, you'll find a whole new side of America.
Wow.
Related to that is the mistake of not getting off the interstate. You come here, you have to drive in America
not getting off the
really
highways.
see it all, to get a real good flavor of what there is. But when you
Of
do that,
course.
you tend to get on the interstate and you go from point A to point B. Get off the interstate. Get off the interstate, get on a back road, get on a highway that's like kind of like a Route 66 kind of thing when you're going from Chicago to LA, and you get to see these small towns and get a whole new flavor of the United States. You'll discover a
Everything
lot
is
of
so
hidden
beautiful.
beauties as you come around this great country of ours on the back roads. And as you're going from one state to the other, there are often visitor centers, especially if you're on the interstate, but sometimes on the back roads there'll be a small kiosk and stuff with all sorts of information about nearby activities, whether it's outdoor stuff, hiking, biking, things like that, or festivals, or just great places to eat and sleep. There are all sorts of things that you can stop on the road and see something new. So you'll find a lot of different stuff to do in a lot of different states. And I hope that when you come here to the U.S., you'll get out and explore some of the small
Actually,
things
you have promoted us.
on the small state highways and things, and not just the big stuff.
And the thing is, no matter where you are in the U.S., we hope you have a great time. And these aren't mistakes or anything bad. These are just things that you can do to help enjoy your visit to the U.S. even more.
Wow.
So I'm going to say thank you and bye from here in Georgia.
Bye.
And in the United States.
Yeah, of course.
There you go.
Bye.
One of the most beautiful and motivating videos this was. And yes, all the mistakes are something that we could have made, but yes, that we have noted all these.
Like majorly we know, and like we are like raised like that, and we have like kind of similar things, like we are used to that. And also just the way she said that we like people, tourists often visit like big cities, and I'm not that big city person. I want to visit the towns and countryside and want to see the beauty and how people live there.
Yeah, same. I want to see the real America.
Real
So
America.
what do you guys think about it? Do let us know in the comment section below. So do like, share, and
Subscribe.
bye.
Bye.